Then I'll say, hey, do you have any questions? And I'll let you know. But no unnecessary chatter when we gotta focus, basically. Do you have any questions now?
No, sir.
Okay, that's a passenger brief.
Like airline. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you hear me? Put your mic like close to your mouth. All right, now talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Cool. And you can get off the brakes and I'll taxi us over there. Channel traffic. Cherokee 9096 Juliet's taxi to 35 Channel. So, the danger in flying in a day, like I wouldn't have you solo in this today. Once you're a private pilot, you're gonna make your own judgments, right? And it's obviously safe to fly. You can't fly, but before that, I wouldn't have you soloing in a day like today because a gust factor is kind of, you're gonna need a little experience, which you're gonna get, but a little early for you at this stage. The danger is that the speed is changing very quickly. So if we're doing a landing, right? If we're approaching a landing and the speed is very, very high, right? And we want to keep a certain airspeed, right? So if the speed is super high, we're probably pitching up more because the airspeed is the air going over the wings, not how fast we're going, right? The airspeed that we set for the like best glide and all that stuff, that's relative to how fast the air is moving over our wings. So if the air is moving extra fast that day, we've got to compensate for that and pitch more than we normally would so that the relative wind is evened out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's changing, if it's at 20 knots, 25, 30 knots, we're going to be pitched back pretty far. We're going to be slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the wind slows down 15 knots. So now it's only 15 knot wind. That means the airspeed is going to sink 15 knots. Now we're stalling because we're coming in for a landing, right? And we might be 20 feet off the ground, but now we have 15 less knots than we thought.
Are you supposed to land with 15 less knots? Or
No, I'm saying if the wind is gusting 15 and now it gusts up and down,
Yeah.
if it goes down, now we have 15 less than what it was at its peak, right?
Yep.
So that's the danger.
Okay.
And so to combat that, we're going to go a little faster than we normally would and maybe not use all the flaps. Because the slower you go, the more control input you need. And you'll see it can get a little squirrely, but it's still safe, but I just wouldn't have you do this on your own.
Okay.
So this is what you can look out for today. Notice this is neutral. This is my new neutral.
Okay.
And let's see the checklist. All right, everything's verified.
Channel traffic 96 Juliet, taking runway 35, departure to the east. Channel.
So this is mainly just to tell you, not to spook you or anything, but mainly just to say, hey, keep a lookout, because this is why we do XYZ today. Because in the winter it gets a little gustier. And you can turn the fuel pump on.
My trim is back to neutral.
Trim a little up.
A little up? Okay.
A little up trim.
Alright.
Just like half a turn from neutral. Okay, feet on the toe brakes, please. Okay. Another thing you want to look for is the 50-70 rule. So 42 right there, 42 knots, that's 70% of my rotation speed. Look how early we're getting off today. See that? Because we have all that lift. Look, we're above the trees before the retention pond. This is what cold weather flying is going to be like. Right? And with that gust, see, the stall warning came on because we're pitching up for low airspeed so that we climb, and then it goes away, and it's like, hey, I don't like that. A little less.
Channel traffic 9096 Juliet is departing to the east. Channel.
See that kind of bump? That's a loss of airspeed, or it's less lift because it's less airspeed, and then we're getting up and then getting kind of popped back down. It's fine, but it's uncomfortable, but that's what that is.
So them guys up in the mountains, they gotta fly like this all the time.
If it gusts, yeah, on bad days. Like, this isn't really all that choppy. I flew once, a couple times. So, in your book, you might have heard, like, light, moderate, severe chop.
Yeah.
And light, moderate, severe turbulence. Well, you've never really experienced severe. You've probably experienced, like, light.
Have you experienced severe?
I've experienced severe chop.
Okay.
Where it's like hitting speed bumps, are what chops are. It's not like jumping around and I'm losing control, that's like turbulence. Chop is like what we just felt. That was a light chop.
Okay.
Moderate is like a pretty big one. Or like, whoa, that kind of shook me. Severe is like you lose control for a second.
Okay.
Of the plane. I got a chop so bad, and this one's kind of tight on me anyway. It was a bigger plane. It was a Skyhawk. I had more of a cabin. I hit the roof of the cabin so hard it knocked my headset off.
Oh man.
That was a severe chop.
Severe chop.
And I was just like, what the heck? And I put it on, I was fine. But that's how bad it can get sometimes. And I noticed during my last flight in this plane, this one likes a lot of down trim for some reason. There's the tower. Okay, I set my pitch, now I'm going to set my power.
Left traffic.
Okay.
departing the pattern, climbing through 1,600 to the east. Lufkin traffic.
Houston Southwest traffic.
And I'm going to trim down just a hair
7, Houston Southwest.
for comfort. Pretty much the same as we've been doing.
Yeah.
At 1-3, gust 2-1, visibility 10, ceiling 300, broken, temperature 1 Celsius, dew point -7, altimeter 3039er.
Get the weather about 15, 10 miles out. It's pretty close, so we got to do it quickly. You have any questions? You liking it?
Yes, sir. When we went up, I got a little scared. My heart dropped. But I'm okay now.
Okay, good. I'll let you fly us to Cleveland. It should just be this track. And put the nose a little bit towards this field, because it's going to push us this
You
way.
want me to like put nose like with rudder? Or no?
So like put the nose
Right there.
right here. And then just rudder to coordinate. And when I do this landing, I want you to be on there with me so you can feel just how much I'm putting in.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be a lot more than normal. We're gonna go back a little bit earlier today because we gotta get fuel.
Sorry, I got here a couple minutes late.
No, it's all right. We still get to fly. I was a little luckier on the schedule next week. I made it last night,
Okay.
and I think I got you 5 days.
Oh, good, good.
So that doesn't mean we'll fly 5 days with the weather or a cancellation. Like one of my other students was supposed to fly today at 2, or no, at noon to 2, but someone had a check ride, so we got pushed off. Check ride takes precedent, and it kind of sucks for now, but when you take your check ride, or when I get you a check ride date, you'll have a plane. You don't have to worry about our side of the fence.
Got it.
I make myself available. We make the plane available for a check ride.
I can see the airport.
Full procedure on
Okay.
7, practice approach in Angela.
We're about 5 miles away, so let's practice you making a call. Who we're talking to, who we are, where we are, what we're gonna do. Signature. Cleveland traffic, Cherokee 9096 Juliet. Where we are, 5 miles west. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna join the left downwind 3-4. Signature Cleveland. Then once we get there, we're gonna say in the left downwind for 3-4, that becomes where we're at. What we're gonna do is a touch and go. That's the only thing that's gonna change.
So, Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, 5 miles to the west, join in traffic.
You're gonna join the left downwind for 3-4.
Join left downwind for 3-4, Cleveland traffic. Touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
You don't have to say that part just yet, but.
So Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, 5 miles to the west, joining left downwind, Cleveland traffic, downwind 34, Cleveland traffic.
3-4, Cleveland traffic, yeah. Now push the button and say it.
Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, 5 miles to the west, joining left downwind, 34, Cleveland traffic.
Don't say 34. Say 3-4.
3-4.
You're spelling the number. You're not saying the number. And now we can come down to pattern. And if don't get in the habit of holding down the button.
Okay.
If you're gonna freeze like that,
Okay. I'm blocking
do a
it
middle
up.
lap and just start over. You don't want to tie up the communication for very long.
Okay.
It's your first time, so I'm gonna like let you do it, but like stop doing it, you know.
Okay.
And don't say joining, because we're not doing that. We're going to join. We're 5 miles to the west for the left downwind. We're gonna join the left. Don't say joining, because that's like, what are we doing? A 5 mile downwind? That's what that means.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of odd. It's a little nitpicky, but if I get you precise on your language now, it's gonna really benefit you later in instrument when it really, really matters. Because out here, technically, we don't even need to talk.
Taking over?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take over. But I want you to make the call.
Okay.
You can do that now.
Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, left downwind, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
Good. We just got to get it more smooth.
Yeah.
And we'll do that with practice, right? But that's what you need to say, so good. All right. We're in here. We got carb heat, one flap. We're at a good speed, good power. We're 45. Now, I'm not going to do my second flap right here. I'm going to do my second flap on final.
Okay.
But I am going to reduce some power. We're going to need lighter power because we're going to be needing to pitch up more. So we're going to be slowing down and we're going to have more lift than normal today.
Okay.
So I'm going to, in general, have a lower power setting. And make my final call.
Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet.
Just final.
Final, 3-4, Cleveland traffic.
Touch and go. But there's no left or right final is what I meant.
Okay.
Because there's only one final. Just like there's only one upwind.
Uh-huh.
Notice how low I am on the power. Normally
Yeah.
we'd be sinking into the trees at this by now. Right?
Angelina.
And look how fast I'm going on the airspeed.
Yeah.
Turn inbound islet. 7, Angelina.
I'm only going to use 2 flaps. You see this like rocking it does? Okay. I'm going to go idle here. I'm going to wait a little longer before hitting idle because I'm moving over the ground slower than I normally would. Right? And feel how jerky it kind of has to be a little bit?
Yeah.
That's because the wind is changing on me. It's being volatile. So it doesn't feel as clean on a day like today, right? And I'm going to be a little faster on the takeoff speed because I don't want to pitch up. I had to because it was short field, But now that that's not a factor, I can take off and climb a little faster than normal.
You feel it a lot more too.
Yeah, you feel how it's bumping. And look at our airspeed. It's still really fast, but we're still getting knocked around. So you can take over and you can take a crack at it. You don't have to worry about the calls. I just want you to focus on the pattern. Now your uncle's gonna do it. Are you ready? No?
This is fun. I think I'll come with him again. If I'm able to.
All right, we're going. Crosswind.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left crosswind, 34, touch and go, Cleveland.
All right, we're at pattern altitude. Go ahead, downwind.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left downwind, 34, touch and go, Cleveland.
Whoa.
Well, that's power. Less power.
Yeah, appreciate way down. Okay.
Trim is really going to help you today.
Okay.
You're turning. You don't want to turn in just yet.
All right. We're a beam.
Pitch up.
We'll pitch up. All right. We're gonna go carb heat. Pull one flat. Keep it at about a 5.
Now I'm going to give you up trim.
Okay. Go ahead and head.
Handling the county, jump up 1,
Base.
8 miles, 10 miles, 3-4, practice,
That's a little low power over here. Going over it.
Yeah, Jet Prop, how far out are you?
And see the track? You can subtly see yourself being pushed.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
Right?
Copy that. We're on
So now that we're further out, we're going to need to have a little higher power than I did to keep us up here for longer.
All right, hit
Cleveland
final.
traffic, 96 Juliet, left base to final, 34, touch and go, Cleveland.
I'd say holding this will keep you good.
A little less power.
No, I would hold.
Keep
We're
left.
tracking in, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. We don't need to change anything because we're tracking right at the 3-4. If anything, I would do a flap.
Yeah.
Now you can nose down, and now you can then reduce a little power.
Back on track.
I wouldn't just reduce power out of nowhere like that, though. Right about here, I do idle. Make sure the nose is still low because we want that airspeed, right? We don't want to. What we were talking about. Now flare. See that? That was kind of flat. And I don't want to drift over to the side. You see how much
Yeah, it's
you
definitely
got to
more.
do this? It's
Right.
a lot more today. It's bucking a lot more. So this is what you got to be wary of when it's gusty.
Okay.
Gusty is kind of, it's not as smooth, carby.
Things got.
But still doable.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Definitely feels a bit different, but that's cool. Gotta learn it.
And now that you've experienced it, you can associate a memory with a number, so, right? So you can say, oh, hey, man, this is what 20 knots, this is what 15 gusting 20
Feels
is.
like.
Now you can take that and you can imagine what 10 gusting 20 is.
Yeah.
A lot bigger changes, but ultimately the same kind of power settings at the end. And now you can say, oh, you know, what if it's 5 gusting 20? It's going to be changing all over the place. It may be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that.
Got it.
Right? This is what you need to decide for yourself. Like, what am I comfortable handling? Like, would you want to do this today on your own?
Right, no.
Probably not.
This feeling. All right,
Probably
we're turning downwind. We're turning crosswind.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left crosswind, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland.
Right? So this is the experience that we needed to get so that you can make good judgment calls.
Okay.
So today is intentionally going to be rough. Don't feel bad. You're not doing bad today.
All right, we're downwind.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left downwind, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland.
And notice we're the only ones out here today.
Yeah, thank God.
Well, like, that's for a reason. Not a lot of people are going to come out and fly in this.
Oh, okay.
I use it as a good teaching moment.
Yeah.
Not everybody does this, though.
All right, we're a beam.
Okay.
So we're going to reduce our carb heat. Pull up a little bit. Flap range.
Good.
All right, we're going to almost.
I would do it now because it's pushing us downward really fast. Right? So you want to lead that a little faster. There you go, good. You dipped down a little too much and then you corrected it. That's what I like to see, because you kept your speed in the flap range by doing that.
Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, left base, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
Good. This is a good power setting for us. I'd rather be higher and I'd rather be faster than normal today.
Way overshot the runway for
That's
that
all right, but you made the call, right? So this is juggling. This is walking and talking at the same time. It gets a lot, right? So good, we're coming back.
Cleveland traffic, 9096 Juliet, final, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
And now that you've said it a few times, you can just say 96 Juliet.
96, okay.
You can shorten it up.
Way high, pull back the power a bit.
I'd pull it back maybe to 17. And I wouldn't nose down.
Right.
I don't want to get too fast, but you can pull it back a little more now. A little more. Probably idle here. And you already got 2 flaps in, so this is good. We're going to come down just fine. That idle?
Yep.
Okay. See how quickly we're dropping?
Yep.
Don't flare too early. Keep that the same.
In the flare now.
Right here, yeah, yeah. And now anticipate that right rudder. See that?
Yep.
When you flare a lot, it's gonna really pull you to the left like that.
I felt that one. Good job. I like that.
All right, but good. That felt more under control than your first one too.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
No, I felt a lot more in control. The expectation was a little better. So now you okay back there?
Yes, sir.
Alpha, about 5 miles from the west, gonna enter the left downwind 35.
Make sure she'll come back out with me. All right, yeah, I felt more in control of that one. I'm actually very happy to fly in this type of weather because I always wondered about this, but it's good to see it.
Well, that's why I bring people out in this. It's not as fun, and but I think you need to experience it.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, turning crosswind, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic. We're at pattern altitude. I'm gonna pull back the power and go ahead and turn downwind.
Drive, we have that traffic at Cleveland site, so we'll enter the left down behind you guys, Cleveland.
Got you on site too.
Do my call?
Sure.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet. Left, downwind, 34. Touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
Angelina County, jump prop 1 at 8 Lima Alpha, RNAV 34, Angelina County.
Alright, we're beam, width, and flaps. Good car beat. Oh, sorry, I should do that first. Leave it about right there for now. Put at a 0.5. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and turn base. Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet. Left base, 34, Cleveland traffic. Oh, good right now. We'll put a little more power, I think. Or,
Good. I would say so, because we're a little flatter, but that's fine. All right, good. This turn was better.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, final, 34, Cleveland traffic. Forgot touch and go, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Traffic Cherokee 7 Alpha Foxtrot, left base 34, Cleveland.
Whoa, I went way high up on this one.
Because that's the Gust giving you all that extra lift. I would idle from here. Given that we just gusted up that high. Good. Now, right rudder. There you go. No, not yet, not yet. Get a little lower before you do that.
Okay.
Now do it. There you go. See that? And again,
Ooh.
pretty slick.
Pretty slick, man.
Pretty slick.
Some interesting way.
You felt how squirrely it can get right over those trees. Because the wind, think of the wind as an invisible river. It's coming over the trees and it's crashing down. And it's bubbling, right? Or when we're on that side, so like if it was crosswind, it'd be crashing down and coming from the side.
Okay.
When we're on final and we're over the trees, think about it, it's hitting the trees and having to go up and over them.
It's popping us
like
up.
salmon in a river. So that's why we got all that lift.
Got it. That makes sense now. I see what you're saying. You really got to know where the wind's coming from.
Yeah. And it's hard because you can't see it. And you're not feeling it yet. So you got to like, kind of see it with your head, mind a little.
Even with this wind, do you still do the rate of climb at about 1,000 or?
You just climb whatever you get.
Okay.
Today you're going to climb a lot better than normal.
Full municipal traffic, pipeline Q912.
Only because it's cold.
2,000 feet.
You climb a little faster than normal because you want to be safe for the gusts, but the gusts are also going to get you up higher, so it'll kind of even out. But you will climb higher than normal, surely because it's colder, and the engine performs better when it's cold.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet. Left, crosswind, 34, touch and go, Cleveland traffic. Okay,
and now we're downwind. Now see, here's a habit I don't want you getting into too much.
Way out.
You wait to the last second to call your leg, and then you immediately turn a different one. Well, now anyone looking for you isn't going to see you in the crosswind leg. So say it in the beginning or halfway, but if that happens again, say what I say sometimes where it's base to final, base turning final.
Base turning final.
So it's like I'm covering both. I'm at that corner. And then it's like, okay, we know where you are.
1,200 will be straight in for...
So you can do it late, but if you're going to do it late, just say crosswind turning downwind. Little steep on the descent right there.
All right, we're getting the flap distance. Carb heat. We're right at front. One.
Actually, at about 27 Foxtrot Juliet, published hold over the VOR 3000, Angela.
Cleveland Airport 9610 Quebec is 5 miles to the west, coming in for runway 34.
They're to the west, so they're coming from where we were.
Good traffic, Cherokee 7 out Foxtrot, left downwind 34 Cleveland.
Yeah, that's the person you pointed at. That's who just talked.
Cleveland traffic. Final 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic. So we keep it about right here, keep power, everything else. This is a good angle, correct?
I'd say so. You gotta adjust all your tools to make it. This is a good picture. I'm happy with this picture right now. We're a little bit faster than we normally would. I anticipate needing to add power eventually, but for now,
I felt it go down a little bit.
Yeah, it changed on us. So, but keep the speed the same and just add the power. Add the power.
Left base 34, clear.
There we go. See that, and it makes us want to add.
Oh yeah, that lift came right under the tree.
And we're just balancing with it. It's like you're on one of those bowl toys at the carnival. You're just adjusting with it. And here I'd wait to idle a little bit longer than before. That's fine. And then now I'd idle because we're definitely over the runway. You anticipated that right rudder, which is good. You just put it in a little early so it turned this way, but then it turned itself.
Okay.
So that was fine.
Okay.
It would be better if it just remained the same the entire way, but I'm glad to see you making proactive movement instead of reacting.
Going to overfly the field and do a right teardrop for the left downwind to 34. Cleveland.
Do a right teardrop?
Traffic, Cherokee 7 out Foxtrot, final 34, full stop, Cleveland.
We'll do one more.
Okay.
But that was good. Also came down pretty gentle, you know? And what I really like to see today is that you're taking command of the plane. You're not being, imagine if you did all that timid stuff you did in the first day. It would not work out. You got to take ownership, and I'm really glad that your instinct is kicking in and you're doing that. So that's very good.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left crosswind, 3-4, touch and go, Cleveland traffic.
Cleveland traffic, 9610 Quebec is on the left downwind. We got that left crosswind traffic inside. Cleveland.
We got you inside as well.
I can go ahead.
I'd wait a hair just so that they can get down there. Don't have to wait very long because they're moving. They're going to be moving fast.
7, crosswind practice.
Yeah, right about now.
Okay.
Good for the soul.
And now, especially since we're behind someone, I would like have a little less power but pitch up a little.
Okay.
So like do a halfway measure of slow flight.
Traffic, Cherokee 7 out Foxtrot, off the active on Alpha, taxiing back via Alpha 3, 7 Foxtrot.
Juliet, published hold over the VOR 3000, Angela.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left downwind 34, touch and go, Cleveland.
Cleveland traffic, 9610 Quebec left base, runway 34 will be a stop and go. Cleveland.
All right, we'll extend our downwind a little.
stop and go. Notice they said stop and go.
Right.
That means they're going to come to a full stop on the runway.
Okay.
And then take off again.
So we need to be behind them a nice bit.
So we're going to give them a little happy room. And I'll tell you when to turn base.
Should I go up? Well, should I put the carb heating stuff in now then?
Put the carb heating stuff in, just don't descend yet.
Okay.
Don't turn out, you're turning out a little bit. And now you can turn base.
With the descent.
Yeah, you can start your sequence. But I gave her a little distance.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, left base, 34. Touch and go Cleveland traffic.
See how much room they have now?
Yeah.
And given the wind today, like their ground speed is going to be pretty slow, so they're going to come to a stop pretty easily.
I need a little more power for this.
I would say so. I'd say that's a good descent rate.
Okay.
A little shallower than normal, because we're so wide. And I wouldn't put in a flap until we're like close.
Okay.
Like over the power line, the like cutaway of the trees.
Okay.
That's when I would put in the second flap.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, 2 mile final, 34, touch and go Cleveland.
Don't need to add a lot in. Just a little bit. This is good.
Cleveland traffic, Cherokee 732 Whiskey, over flying with the under 2,500. Cleveland.
I feel like we're a little high, but I feel good about this.
Where are they going?
Cleveland traffic, Cherokee 732 Whiskey is doing that right teardrop into the left downwind for 34. Cleveland. And we have outbound traffic in sight.
Cleveland traffic, Skyhawk 9610, Quebec is turning left crosswind, runway 34, Cleveland. Cleveland traffic, 9610, Quebec will extend our upwind just a little bit for that teardrop traffic.
Thank you.
Don't flare too early. Get ground effect before you do something like that. See how fast we're going to sink down?
Cleveland traffic, Cherokee 732 Whiskey is on the left downwind for runway 34, inbound to the go, Cleveland traffic.
Alright, power. See what I mean? You came in slow, and then if you'd done it anymore, we really would have popped.
Yeah.
I like to kind of get in that position when we're in ground effect.
Okay.
Cleveland traffic, 9610,
But still,
Quebec is
you
between the downwind, runway 34.
accounted for it, and we still landed very gently.
Traffic, Cherokee 7 out, Fox, I'm taking 34, going to depart out to the west, Cleveland.
We're headed back.
Yeah, but we're going to wait to turn until after this one.
Cleveland traffic, Cherokee 7232 Whiskey, turning left base, runway 34.
Left base, so they're way down there. That's the person you can turn west now.
Cleveland traffic, 96 Juliet, it's making a left turn out, departing to the west, Cleveland.
And just climb the 2000, pointed at the field.
Got it. Are you okay?
232 Whiskey is turning final to runway 34 inbound to go Cleveland.
Cleveland traffic 9610, Quebec is turning left to base, runway 34, Cleveland.
Okay. Why'd that stall keep going off like that?
Well, it's because of the gust.
The gust.
All of a sudden, you don't have the lift that you think you need, and it's triggering it.
Angelina, 527 Foxtrot Juliet, we're going to depart the VOR northbound, Angelina.
Angelina, County, jump up 188 Lima Alpha, left base for 25, Angelina.
You see how it's subtly, we aren't turning, but it is moving underneath us. So I want you to point at the tower, the blinking tower.
That's crazy. That's crabbing, huh?
This is crabbing into the wind. And now, I set the tower because, you know, it's not a whole lot, and I'm just kind of seeing, and then we'll balance that, we'll see. I'm looking at the dump, the 2-hump hill.
Yeah.
And I want that not to move. I want that to move at me.
Then I need to go a little bit more than about right there.
Yeah, right about there should do it.
That's the most crabbing we've done. That's pretty pretty cool looking though.
Yeah.
Chanel traffic, 96 Juliet, 10 miles to the east inbound for right downwind 35, will stop Chanel.
Now since it's pushing us south, we've got to crab a little north. So we're not going to be flying as fast over the ground as we normally would. Even though we're not flying into the wind, we have to crab a little up into it, so we will be flying slower overall. This is getting in a little into like cross-country kind of planning type stuff.
November turning left crosswind for 33.
Now we might not be able to fly on like Thursday today or this week because it's supposed to be bad weather. We'll see. think tomorrow should be fine.
Okay.
West Houston, 761 Hotel November, turning left downwind, runway 33.
Tower's right there.
Yep.
West Houston, 761 Hotel November on left base, 32 will be crossing over and departing to the east.
Channel traffic, Cherokee 15 Bravo Charlie, 5 miles, inbound 5 miles from the east, inbound for runway 35. Channel traffic.
Also, a little note to make is this is very unstable air, right? It's very turbulent, gusting all around. We'll notice how clear it is, right? Still water is pretty murky, but rapidly moving water is pretty clear. So that's why we can clearly see Houston today. That's probably the best visibility we've had. Makes sense because it's the worst stability we've had.
I read about it, but now I see it. It clears out everything, moves it out.
That's like 50 miles away, the
Downtown.
skyline.
Got your green buildings right there.
Yep, we can start coming down.
Want to pull power back a little bit or no?
Channel traffic, Cherokee 15
Yeah, we can-
Charlie,
we can
entering
start.
right downwind for runway 35. Channel traffic.
Okay, I see him. He's banking steep.
They make it
Channel
steep.
traffic, Cherokee 15 Bravo Charlie, breaking off to the east out of the left, the right downwind for 35 for helicopter traffic. Channel. Nine six Juliet, radio check.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm not seeing the helicopter though.
Yeah, so he's, I would say 2 miles to the southeast off the end of 35.
Got him now.
Can you go ahead and go in front of us? We'll sequence behind you. Just keep an eye out for him. He's almost at the same altitude as us for 15 Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, I just got him in sight now. Thanks for the heads up. We're gonna turn downwind now.
All right, no problem. We'll sequence in behind you guys. Shut out traffic.
Okay.
Got it.
That's a Black Hawk. That's the Army. Stupid. So stupid.
It announced itself for nothing, huh?
Yeah, that guy, he's not talking to us, and he's flying around at our pattern altitude. If you're gonna do this near an untowered airport, like go above it, or go around it. It's only like 4 miles that you have to worry, right? So just go around. I don't know why you have to come straight through here. She literally had to veer off and do a 360 loop. She was ahead of us.
Channel traffic, 96 Juliet, right base 35, full stop channel.
See the airport Sinai right there? Huh?
Where?
I was telling Sinai right there.
Channel traffic,
Where we
Channel
land.
Bravo Charlie, turning right downwind for runway 35, channel traffic.
Channel traffic, 96 Juliet, final 35, full stop channel.
See how I had to like be ready to buck with it a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Still made it to the first drive.
Channel traffic, Cherokee for Bravo Charlie, turning right base for runway 35, channel traffic.
Channel traffic, 96 Juliet is clear the active. Just be advised there's a little bit of a left crosswind. Well, it seems a little variable, just be advised.
Okay.
Fuel pump traffic,
Off.
just to a few, about 11 miles from the east inbound to join the right downwind runway 35 for the full stop channel.
Keep an eye out for a helicopter inbound traffic.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Okay, you can taxi us back. But you see how like even when I get that slow, when the slower you get, the bigger your inputs need to be.
Serious inputs.
So it's like I gotta be ready to really pivot with it.
Like riding a horse.
Yep.
Gotta gas it up.
Alright, and I'll orient it for us.
Okay.
I don't know, we got 2 people coming in right behind us, so I have no idea where they're gonna park. I'm gonna line up with the very last one, or the first one, so that if it were me, it would be obvious. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna take that spot, but who knows, they might, but I'll still be able to move it around. Okay, you can shut it down.
Alright. Shut down all lights. Avionics off first, she said.